You taking the strap? I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 103 of the SZN Podcast. I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And you know the usual drill, guys. Just before we kick off proceedings, please make sure you head over to our Instagram, which is SZN Podcast, or our Twitter, which is SZN Pod. Link in the bio on both of those sites there. And that link will take you to where we are situated at streaming wise. So if it's audio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. And then visuals, we've got the YouTube channel up and running as well. So make sure you check that out, please. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Leave us a review. But yeah, man, as you can, we're back in the studio settings, Flowz.
Yeah.
I think it's only right because I think this week, boy, boxing was really boxing this week, man. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to unpack, a lot to get to.
We got a lot to say.
But before we start, you good, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Let's, as I said, there's a lot to get to, so let's go straight through this bitch, man. Let's go straight in. Start with the fight that we took in over the weekend. Teofimo Lopez. What are you laughing?
Nah, let's get into it.
Alright, yeah. Teofimo Lopez, Pedro Campa. The return of Teofimo. His first out at 140 pounds. How do you think he looked, Flowz?
Really and truly, he looked good.
Yeah?
He looked good.
Yeah,
I was impressed. Obviously,
impressed?
Yeah, we said we don't really know too much about Campa.
Yeah.
But just looking at Teofimo, focusing on him and what he was doing, I was impressed. So, yeah, man. What do you make of it?
Yeah, man, he did what he had to do. Campa was coming in as kind of like an unknown quantity. So, yeah, a lot of his all of his fights, I think, up until now in Mexico, over 30 fights, but you question the level of position. But I think for me, what was apparent straight away from the off was, obviously, Campa, I think, is someone who's a true 140 pounder.
Yeah. Seasoned
140 pounder. I think he's campaigned pretty much his entire career at 140.
So like 11 years.
Yeah, 11 years I think they said that he's been at it.
11 years.
And you can see the size difference between him and Teofimo. He definitely looked a lot bigger, a lot stronger. But yeah, you just know that the class will be with Teofimo. And yeah, he did look good. I feel like Teofimo, he looked relaxed. He was showing out. he was fluid. He was having a damn good time, especially when he got into his groove. He started taking the piss, even not taking the piss, but you know, he was.
Yeah.
It looked easy for him. So he definitely looked good. I guess taking it through round by round, if we were to give it just a quick summary. Campa fought how I was going to think. You know, I feel like he's ready-made opponent for Teofimo at 140 as a debut. This is a guy who's going to come forward, Mexican, try and put pressure on you. So it's down for Teofimo to show his class and show that he can operate behind the jab and he can do the slick defensive stuff and he can pick his shots nicely. And from round one, Teofimo started strong. Like he started like, I'm going to try and get you out of here. I'm going to try and make an impression, which I think is what you need to do when you come to a new division, right? Division for the killers. Yeah, show that you know what it's about and show that you can still got it. The ring rust wasn't really that apparent. Obviously, he did get caught a couple times, but it wasn't enough to fluster him or you know to deter him from what he normally does. You get me? So I like that he had. It's the commentator kept calling the up jab. I guess that's kind of what it is. You heard it?
Wait, which broadcast? It
was Sky Main Event, but it's because you know it was a sister Top Rank comedy. So that chick is it Christina Poncho? I think that's her name. And Chris, it's not Mannix, it's another Chris, but because if we were in America, we would have got proper Top Rank commentators, so Ward and Tim Bradley, but it was the bootcut one. It was for the Sky. So they keep calling it the up jab. But basically, that kind of what it is, upwards jab. And each time Campa tried to come in, Teofimo was hitting with that real quick. And he was able to counter Campa really well. And I like that he was countering Campa with combinations, not just single shots, firing off combos. So yeah, no, the class we could see. I thought at one, because it's a 10 rounder, right? And it didn't really, Teofimo, a lot of headshots, he shipped a lot of headshots towards Campa. And I'm there thinking, okay, it's quite clear that this Campa guy is strong. Credit to him, he's strong. He's taking a lot of punishment here, but he still keeps coming forward. perhaps maybe it's time to invest in the body. So I thought Teofimo wasn't really known for his body attack, to be honest. He's not really known for being a massive body worker, so I feel like he could have gone to the body a bit early, but doesn't really matter. Eventually the power told, and to be fair, it wasn't really power, just I guess accumulation of punches. Relentless accumulation.
Broke him down almost.
Broke him down, and we finally see it. Finally in the 7th round was when it really paid dividends. When he's able to, it was a counter. He countered him with a shot, and then he literally did the same thing again, but with like a double shot, and it dropped Campa finally. It wasn't really a heavy knockdown, just more punishment that he's taken. You get me? And yeah, Campa got up, and then Teofimo did his thing, and yeah, just closed the show like superbly, to be honest. Do you think the stoppage was early though? Campa wasn't really hurt like that. He wasn't rocking the region.
Tony Weeks likes to jump in, man. He loves to jump in, especially on the A side. Yeah. But at the same time, there was a lot of unanswered shots. He was unloaded on him. And yeah, he was unloaded and he weren't responding as such. But he wasn't eating these shots clean as such. Okay. He'd just been hurt, he'd been put down. Yeah. Maybe early, but not incorrect, if that makes sense. I'm fine with the stoppage, but maybe it was a bit, let me get in there and stop it. But once again, it's in these fights where it's a clear A side versus an unknown quantity almost twice anyway. Yeah. And to maybe the general American public as well. Yeah. They don't really give the B side too many chances to hang about. They're happy to jump in. Yeah, they are. Yeah. But that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah. But Tio won every round. Like it was a shutout, wasn't it? It wasn't like even.
Yeah. It's fair to say Tio won every round. Yeah. But I was impressed with Campa because he wasn't there to lay down. Yeah, not at all. Yeah. He was coming forward. He was live. He was doing his own work. He was responsive. Let me put it that way. He was responsive.
He caught him a couple of times.
Yeah, he was catching him a couple of times, and it wasn't a fight where Teofimo could. It wasn't just a walk in the park as such where he didn't have to show up. He didn't have to keep sharp because he had to. Yeah. He was doing things we wanted to see. His footwork was good. He was utilising the jabbing to the head, jabbing to the body, having to do counter shots as well. Yeah. So he made Teofimo have to show his skills, not these ones where a fight will go in and blow someone out and you've never seen what they're capable of. So, won every round, but Campa kind of had to make him fight for it almost.
Yeah, that's why I said as a first out at 140 pounds, that's a great opponent.
Yeah, definitely.
He's someone you can look good against because he's going to come forward, but also he's not here to just take a check. He's here to make an impression, proud Mexican warrior, that kind of thing. So yeah, good impression. Teofimo, like I said, he was enjoying himself out there. The shoulder roll you saw the shoulder roll he was rocking with that.
Yeah.
The body movements, like
he was enjoying it.
He got into his groove and he loved it. It's good to see him back, man, and it's a good reminder of how good this kid is. He's only 25. It's not like he's only 25. Obviously, afterwards, post-fight, he got straight down to the business. Floyd, he got straight down to the names. They asked him straight. He said he ruled them off straight away. Josh Taylor, Regis Prograis, Jose Zepeda. He said, I want them all. He's ready for it now. He said he wants them all. We said how usually they don't really call out Regis. No one really calls him out, but now for the first time we've heard someone call out Regis. So I don't know if he prayed. I went straight to Twitter. Obviously.
I know he responded.
He said. They had a little clip of him stopping him, and it was a good little win. But it's a good little win. But the dogs at 140 go chew him up. That's what he said.
Probably it's funny.
Devin Haley even tweeted.
Yeah,
Devin Haley, he put the poo emoji. Yeah. So it keeps annoying me that Teofimo keeps calling. He calls himself. He refers to himself to undisputed. You know exactly what I was going to say. It annoys me that he still refers himself as an undisputed 135-pounder champ. But
ESPN do that as well.
Yeah.
ESPN always
that's their guy.
It's top rank ESPN. They always call him undisputed.
Yeah. He wasn't truly undisputed, but it is what it is.
He should have been.
Yeah.
Should have been.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a technicality there. On paper, he wasn't.
Yeah, but. Yeah, obviously Devin Haney, there's still bad blood there, I think, or there's still one. Of course, they will fight. Regardless, look, Devin Haney will move up, and they will get it on.
They have to.
Yeah, so
all of them need to see Devin really truly because they were talking the most,
and they're gonna do it on the zone.
I'm talking the most. That emo champion thing was running banter for time. Now no one's saying it now.
Yeah. But yeah, good to see Teofimo. He won. I don't think Taylor. I didn't check Taylor, but I don't think he responded. But anyways, it was good to see him outside and ready to rock and roll. And that division, as we said, it's scary. It's a tough division. We're going to see some good fights. I hope coming up.
That division could be so stacked in the next 24 months.
Yeah.
Really and truly could be stacked beyond words. So yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. Good win for the takeover. We see what's next. We see what's next.
Did you catch Xander Zayas on the undercard?
No, I missed that, but I know obviously he got. I didn't catch it, but I know what he did. Yeah.
He done his thing. First round knockdown.
Yeah.
Third round stoppage.
The opponent though, was he credible?
He's an experienced guy. He's been around for some time. Not someone I've seen.
Have you seen him against any of just like names?
Nah, maybe if I check who he's faced, I might recognise who he's beaten. But off the top of my head, I know he's just been around for some time. So experienced guy. And
I've said it on this spot, bro. That guy's next up, 154. That's him next up. So
he done his thing for sure.
Yeah. Alright, man. Let's park to your female side. It's time. It's AJ fight week. Fuck.
I don't know what to say. I don't really know what to say.
The streets are waiting on this one as well. Obviously, AJ fight week is always a busy one. It's always when people are tuned in, active. It's AJ, right? That's the UK darling. So we've got to talk about it, Flowz. It's here now. Anthony Joshua, Alexander Usyk, the rematch happening in Saudi Arabia, as expected. Bruh, the same questions I have or had of AJ from back then after the first fight are still present. That has not changed for us. The first thing I said after the fight, when we broke down the fight afterwards, or when we sort of broke down, when the rematch is happening, etc. I put it simply. I said, does AJ have that dog in him still? And I still have that question. I don't. Obviously, we haven't seen him out or whatever, but just that's the main thing for me. I've seen Usyk. I don't know if you've been seeing the clips of Usyk training and stuff. He's got bigger. He looks like he's put on size. He looks like he's been bigger than what he was a year ago. And in my head, that's got me thinking, Usyk might be going for this knockout, because he could have knocked him out. He could have.
AJ was ready to go.
Especially that 12th round. We said it before.
Bro, if I stepped in that 12th round, I would have stopped it.
He could have. And Usyk even said, he felt like he could have got him earlier, but he decided, his coach said, don't go for the knockout, just go for just boxing. The keys to victory for me, for AJ, is simple. Obviously, we acknowledge that he got the game plan horrendously wrong last time. Tried to box Usyk, and you can never ever in his life outbox Usyk. That's just how it is. So we felt like, for AJ, you've got to make it rough and tumble kind of stuff. Show that you're the bigger man. Try and bully him, enforce your weight on him, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Make it ugly, make it a scrap. Go to war with him. You can't box this guy. Go to war. Since then, obviously, I guess he's acknowledged something because he's changed training. He's now got Robert Garcia in his camp as the head trainer, etc. So AJ knows. I feel like he knows what he needs to do. Yeah. He knows the game plan. He knows that he got it wrong last time, and he needs to take it back to. I don't want to say back to basics, but take it back to having that doggish mentality, which we said when he came up, we kind of saw him have that. And I think we've all acknowledged that the change in AJ occurred obviously after that first loss to Ruiz. That's when he started trying to, I guess, refine himself a bit more and just take a bit more care in protecting himself. But yeah, I feel like for this one, you might have to throw caution to the wind to give him the best chance of winning. Because I feel like Usyk, for the most part, will come the same. And even though he looks bigger, I don't think it's going to sacrifice any mobility that he has. I still think he's going to be very mobile as he is. He'll still have the elite footwork. So, boy, it's scary. A heavy Usyk is scary, I think, especially if he's going for the knockout. But yeah, what were your thoughts initially?
Yeah, I expect basically everything we said off the back of the last fight. Before the last fight as well, we just need AJ to come in and impose himself, not try and play chess and try to do the boxing thing with him, where we're trying to outbox Usyk. That's not the game plan to win.
Yeah.
Granted, the game plan that we're suggesting and that what everyone's been suggesting doesn't guarantee him a win.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't guarantee him a win because he can still lose. But it's his best bet.
Yeah.
It's his best bets to try and get on top of him, make it a fight, bang with him rather than box. Really try to impose his size and his strength on him. And yeah, get to him. Get rough him up a bit, you know?
Yeah.
Lean
on him.
Yeah.
Dark arts. We call it all the time. Dark arts of boxing.
And yeah, turn up. Really.
Yeah. No, literally.
He needs to do that. Usyk's obviously an intelligent boxer, elite boxer, so with him he can adapt as well. He can change things. So I think he's quite rightly the favourite going into this.
Have you checked bookies?
Yeah.
It's quite close though. I think last time I saw Usyk, AJ was like 30-8 and Usyk was I feel like 7-2 or something, but I don't know if it's changed since then. But
I don't know what it is recently, but I looked a while ago and Usyk was favourite.
Okay, right.
But same time, once again, I'm hearing a lot of people completely discrediting AJ's chances. This is a boxing fight. It's a heavyweight boxing fight.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So I think it'll be a good fight. There's a lot wider than this in terms of next steps.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Do you think AJ needs to come in, I guess, heavier than he was last year, or around the same weight if he's going?
Same weight. Regardless, he'll be bigger.
He'll always be bigger. Yeah,
he'll be a bigger guy regardless.
Yeah, regardless. Yeah.
So whether he's heavier, whether he's leaner, it doesn't matter. It's the attitude that's the issue here. It's the approach.
Yeah.
So I don't think
it's very mental. This one, I think. It's a mentality. It's seriously mental. Definitely like a mentality thing.
I hear what you're saying because when AJ's size usually determines his approach to a fight. Usually doesn't.
Yes.
When he comes in big, you know what he means to do when he's bigger. When he comes in leaner, like the Ruiz to Parker fight, even his more recent. Actually, against what's his name? What's the madman? Pulev. He came in big for Pulev, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, so he switches up depending on his opponent, which usually gives away his start.
Yeah.
But regardless of his start, he just needs to have the approach in mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. So yeah, you mentioned a lot riding on this one. Repercussions it's gonna have for the division. Let's get this one out of the way because it's a common question. If AJ loses, is he finished? Should he call it a day? That's a resounding no.
Okay.
That's straight up. That's a resounding no. He's not finished. He should call it a day. I always say there is no shame in losing to Alexander Usyk. That's a generational talent. That's a genius of a fighter. No shame in that. You just have to accept that. Yes, a guy like Usyk has got AJ's number. that's fair enough. You can't beat them all. That's fair enough.
Yeah, that's facts.
We say there's a lot of riding for this because of just the repercussions with a certain Tyson Fury, who we'll touch upon later on in the pod. We'll touch upon Fury later on in the pod, but yeah, there's certain repercussions there in terms of undisputed fights and whether that can happen. Because my thought process is an AJ win is a sure path onto us getting that undisputed fight with Fury that we've been craving for all this time, whereas an Usyk win isn't going to guarantee that. Yeah. So yeah, that's my thinking there. In terms of okay, cool. If AJ, let's forget the Fury situation. There's still other fights out there for AJ, even if he loses this.
Of course.
The Dillian White rematch that everyone's been clamoring for. AJ Wilder is still a big fight. There's still unfinished business there. Yeah, those are the main two, but there's others. People, I was hearing talk about. I mean, Ruiz is there pushing for a third fight. He said he feels like He said he feels he deserves a third fight. I hear him because it's 1-1. So you might want to see what happens, but there's fights out there for him.
Yeah.
So if AJ loses, he's nowhere near finished. It's just a rebuilding process. And again, if Fury does go on to do what he's claimed that he's going to do now, that's going to free up belts. So AJ can fight for more belts or become champion again. It's just that someone like Alexander Usyk is just someone that he can't get past. No shame in that. Usyk has beat a lot of men, and he will beat a lot of men. So it is what it is.
Yeah, definitely no shame. If you look down the history books, the greats have lost to people and never went back and reclaimed a victory over people. Yeah. So, and almost the beauty of it, well, not the beauty of it. What's lucky is Usyk isn't a cash cow as such. He isn't going to be the face of boxing, if you hear what I'm saying. So it's not like he'll be displaced as the face of boxing. Really, his stock will drop, no doubt, but he can rebuild his stock by fighting people who they want to see. Because no one was really trying to see Usyk and AJ at first. Yeah, they weren't really trying. Usyk was just in the way. Yeah, until Usyk won. And that was like So if he loses to Usyk, then fair, that's done. That's fair. Yeah, that's no shame. Yeah, he's lost that. But
Usyk is not a bum, man.
Yeah, we can still see big fights with AJ across the board. Yeah, across the board, and there'll still be pay-per-view fights. Yeah, like same way if Canelo runs it back with Bivol or loses, it's not going to be. Yeah, it still is what it is. You've lost. Exactly. Yeah. Obviously, this is the Mayweather. This is the post-Mayweather era where you're always this fantastic thing, but it's not really. We want to see people lose, go back and forth, and do all of that. So, no shame in losing to Usyk, and hopefully, regardless of the result, there's still fights we want to see. Really. Yeah. Ideally, it'll be the undisputed. Yeah. At home, with the guys we want to see get on, but if not. We'll still stick around with boxing. We ain't going nowhere. Yeah,
100%. And let's say it is the very slim chance that AJ decides to pack in after this. I know it's not going to happen. He's not. He's had a good career. Yeah. He's had a great career. And these lot will try to say, he's not. You lot overhyped him, etc., etc. But again, if we list off his accomplishments and what he's done and how he really did become a main driver for this heavyweight thing in this country and boxing in this country in general, he's had a great career. So I don't think AJ has any plans of retiring or anything like that. It's not. This isn't a win or retire kind of fight for him. It's just I need to get my belts back. And I think Matchroom are going to do everything in their power to make sure that AJ gets his belts back. I won't lie. Ring sizes, all that stuff. The ring sizes. Even the judging could be a bit.
They'll do what they need to.
Then put it. If it's a close fight, if this is a close fight, AJ's getting the decision. I promise you that. If it's a close fight. That being said, Flowz, we got to come up with a prediction here.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Despite all of this talk, I'll say it right now. I think Usyk's gonna do it again, man. Damn. I think Usyk's gonna do it again, man. I don't know. AJ needs to prove something to me, and I don't know if he has it anymore, man. Not him as in being washed. Yeah. I don't know if he can go to that dark place where he needs to be to beat this man. I can't lie. Usyk's coming off the back of a war, bro. He's dead.
Yeah, he must be something else.
He's in a different place right now. I think Usyk's gonna do it, man. I really do. It's gonna be gutting as well because in terms of all the trash you're gonna see on Twitter,
they're gonna cook you.
They're cooking. Yeah, no. In terms of all all the people talk, AJ hate the AJ agenda.
Our bridges across the pub, they're gonna cook.
But they're gonna go crazy. They're gonna go insane, and just the people who don't like it, the big Fury fans here.
If AJ gets stopped.
Oh my gosh.
If AJ gets stopped.
It's long. We can't go back in the clubhouse rooms.
US veterans, they're gonna go onto her.
For real. Yeah, man. I want AJ to win this. Obviously, I root for AJ all the time, but I think Usyk, he might just be that guy that unfortunately is an obstacle he can't go over.
Okay.
Flowz, what are you saying?
I think we could see a mad fight in terms of almost like Klitschko, AJ.
I hope so. That was a great fight. Yeah.
When we see knockdowns, I want to say AJ. I want to say AJ.
Nah, good.
Yeah, man. I think he knows what he needs to do, and he's gonna force it. He has to.
Yeah.
There's too much on the line for him right now, especially given like he must have regrets.
Yeah.
Like watching that fight back.
Yeah.
Where like there's really no excuse. Like, wow, this is all my doing.
Yeah.
Like I took it wrong. Because really deep in, he lost that first fight, but it wasn't like like he won in 3 rounds.
He had a portion in the middle rounds where he got like 2 or 3 rounds in a row.
Yeah.
And Usyk looked a bit tired. And obviously Usyk has that mad engine where he has that second wind.
So if he approaches, because he'll have his spots, if he approaches those spots and really gets on him, and we know AJ has the power to stop anyone.
Yeah. And
that's a great tool to have. He has the power to stop anyone. So he needs to rely on that power, and I think he will. I think he'll back his power. And when he sees him, he's gonna get onto him and make sure you're touching that canvas.
Has to.
You're touching that canvas, whether you get up or not.
Do you think AJ stoppage? This one.
I think he needs to. I think he really needs to go for it. But that's why I say it could be like the Klitschko one, where he can go for it, and he gasses
out.
He gets put down. Then we rely on the AJ second win.
Yeah.
And we might see him slumped in the corner again, breathing heavily.
Crying
heavily. So maybe it could go to points in the sense that have we seen Usyk touch the canvas?
No.
So we don't even know. Like we've seen him take shots.
He's taking big shots.
He's taking big shots.
He has taken big shots.
So he seems like someone to me who could touch the canvas and come back and win the round.
100%. that kind of mentality. It's that Eastern European, like, bro, what?
Like you put him down and you get up and win the round. That's the type of guy I see Usyk as. So
like Loma, when Loma touched the canvas against Linares, he pieced up with the rest of that fight. He said bet. So
that's why I can't even say stoppage too tough.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that a few knockdowns can get him the win, or a knockdown can get him the win.
Right. I honestly hope I'm wrong. I really, really hope I'm wrong. I don't want to be wrong. It's just I'm just weighing it up, and I just feel like, I don't know if AJ can go to that place anymore. I think he's rightfully just a bit more wary in taking shots and taking punishment. And to be fair, when Usyk had him in trouble in that 12th round, it was more fatigue. It wasn't what AJ was hurt. It was just he was shattered. He was absolutely gone fatigue wise. This is heavyweight boxing. Obviously, anything can happen. One punch can happen, and I feel like Usyk feels like he has to bulk up a little bit just to maybe make AJ respect his power a bit more.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Usyk has got the one punch power to trouble AJ like that. They like to say AJ's chinny, but these are big men, so it happens. Usyk it's more even when he was a cruiserweight, it was accumulation. He's never one punch knockout guy.
Yeah.
It's always accumulation. I'm just gonna work you and then I'll get you. So yeah, man, it's a techie one. It always is a techie one with AJ, but I feel like Usyk might have him this time. But again, like I said, it's not an issue for me personally. AJ, he's done what he's done. He's won the belts multiple times, and there's still the Dylan White fight out there. And even if Usyk does win, I still think AJ will be champion again.
Yeah.
How
old's Usyk?
Usyk is, I think, 34, 35.
To be fair, if he wins this, he might have one more fight back in, almost. There's not too much else. Undisputed at cruiserweight, undisputed at heavyweight.
Yeah.
Like, what's left for you to achieve other than a few more money grabs?
Well, Usyk?
Yeah. There's not, if
he won't be undisputed at heavyweight though.
Yeah, but someone's about apparently cutting.
Yeah.
So one more fight. One more fight after this.
I feel like Usyk does want to do the one. Yeah, of course, it's historic, right? Yeah. Boy, we'll see. But yeah, man, Saturday night is gonna be very, very tense. The whole of the UK and everything will be watching. Some rooting, some hating.
Yeah, a lot of hate. I'm sure.
A lot, brother. Last time he lost, the way my phone was pinging off, all the AJ haters came out the woodwork. Kam, what happened to your boy?
The thing is, he's not even a boy like we're boxing fans, so
yeah,
it's not this is my team, I support this guy.
Yeah.
Like we appreciate it's the sport over everything else, really.
Yeah.
So,
but obviously we like who we like,
yeah.
and AJ is likable.
Yeah.
And don't forget, we've seen AJ from the ground up.
Yeah.
We watched this guy at Olympics, and we're like, bruh, this guy could be next up. So.
And he was.
And he
is like really truly. He's fulfilled
that was set on him to set up, and he's pushed the boundaries further than, like you said, he's pushed the boundaries further than anyone has. So, yeah, man, it's an interesting one. It's a techie one. Listeners, make sure you tune in. AJ Fight Week and Fight Night is always a mad occasion, and let's hope AJ does it, man. Let's hope he does it, because I feel like just for the division and for the sport, it's best that he wins, based on what we can potentially see later on. Like I said, we'll touch upon it in a bit. But there is another fight you got to preview.
Yeah.
It's a very, very controversial, questionable, likeable, I don't know. He's a character.
My guy, man.
He's not my guy anymore. I've repeatedly cussed out AB on this pod. I've even said I'm never going to tune into his fights anymore, because I'm not interested in seeing a guy who will talk the talk, and then when it comes fight night, he doesn't want to throw punches. I've called him boxing's biggest oxymoron, because how can you be a fighter, a boxer, and you don't like to throw your hands? Doesn't make sense. But yeah, AB is back. I generally, Flowz, I popped up to you because when this fight was in discussion, I thought it was a banter thing.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was serious. I thought AB had, but he does this. He will take long layoffs, and I don't know, when the money's low or when he just needs to make some money, he'll come climbing back. He's fighting Omar Figueroa, who is Brandon Figueroa's bro. Look, if Omar fights like his brother, AB's lost.
Did he beat what's his name? Robert Guerrero? Was it Omar Figueroa?
Think so. I can check.
Yeah. Because they were Broner and Figueroa went to fight time ago.
Yeah. Yeah, he beat Guerrero, knocked him out.
Yeah.
He
beat him badly.
Yeah, he's on a 2-fight losing streak.
Yeah.
Because he lost to Ugas and he lost to Ramos. But if he fights anything like his brother, because his brother's good, we know his brother. His brother was in that war with Stephen Fulton. If he fights anything like his brother, but it's a very long day for Broner. Very, very long day for Broner. Because I say that because if anyone is in tune with Brandon Figueroa, it's the guy who just throws punches forever. It just keeps coming forward and just throws his over 100 punches per round easily, constantly, just all like heavy punches as well, not soft, like haymakers constantly. And we said Broner's a person who doesn't throw punches first of all, and doesn't really do well against pressure. Maidana was a pressure fighter. Maidana came and pressured him the hell out of the gym. I mean, hell out of the ring. So yeah, if my man emulates his bro, he could win this fight. We don't know what we're gonna get with Broner, bro. This is what, a 2-year layoff? Was it a year?
He fought last time.
He fought that nobody.
Yeah. And didn't even look. Didn't look
good.
Yeah, didn't look good.
Santiago.
Didn't look
yeah,
good.
Jovian Santiago. That was in Feb 2021.
It didn't look good.
He never looks good.
See, the problem is with Broner, everyone knows what you need to do to beat him.
Yeah.
Throw your hands.
Just pressure.
Throw your hands. Get to him. Be on top of him. Throw your hands. He's too busy trying to look impressive and cool that he's not hurt, because he's focused on the eyes around him and looking at him. He's meant to be this slick guy, so he's too busy shaking his head.
Yeah.
Too busy posturing.
The Broner shake their head. Oh my gosh.
Admiring his work.
Yeah.
He'll land one shot and be like, yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's what I can do. So you've got to ignore all those when you're fighting him. Let him get off his one shot every now and then, but just be on top of him, and you'll do him with work rate. Pure
work rate alone is enough to be Broner. You don't need quality, you just need work rate. Which is a sad state of affairs for what we expected of this guy. The reason I'm so harsh on Broner is because, like I said, he made me look like a fool. I'll never forgive you for that because we both back, bro. We said, yeah, this guy next up, etc. And we said it before. He has all the talent in the world, zero application for that talent, and now he doesn't care. He doesn't care about boxing. It's all money to him. He claims that he's looking to win another title, all that kind of stuff. He doesn't give a damn. He just cares about the bread. Yeah.
It's a shame, man. It's a shame.
Damn shame.
Must be hella money as well. Must be hella money. Oh. Man. By the time I backed him, but you know how I made money off him as well. So knowing what he's like. I don't know what to say. I can't remember. Is this at 140, 147? I don't even. You never know with Bruno. This is a man who still claims he can make 135. So I don't know what this one's at. I feel like it'd be at 140. Actually, no. I think it's at 147. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's at 147. Bruno still beat at 147. It's hilarious.
I don't think he can make 140 anymore. When he can, to be fair, when he works hard, he can.
Yeah.
He applies himself in camps.
Yeah, because he spent his entire camp losing weight.
Yeah.
Not actually boxing.
Yeah.
The whole camp is spent on him cutting all the rubbish because obviously his lifestyle is crazy. Yeah. It's him outside of boxing. Or treadmill. Yeah. That's the issue.
Yeah. When he's in camp, he makes weight. He's never had issues not making weight, has he?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. He's always made weight, but he spent the entire camp trying to cut the weight instead of polishing up the boxing and whatnot. I don't know what Bruno's going to turn up. You never know with Bruno. He claims that he's ready to throw hands now, etc. But how many times has Bruno cried wolf flows? He likes to say all the time, I'm serious, I'm focused now, I'm going to throw my hands, and then it's fight night, he doesn't do it. Manny Pacquiao fight was the big example of that. All that talk, he said, I'm not going to let him beat me, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then he threw 7 punches per round or something ridiculous like that.
When he sounds like you was against me.
And I haven't tuned into the usual Bruno antics. I don't know if you pre any of the press conferences or anything like that. I have not. I'd stay away from the antics now because, like I said, it's just annoying to me because he'll do all this talking and he won't do any backing up. So, yeah. By default, I'm against Bruno on this one. Figueroa, well done, you got your W. Figueroa, all you have to do, because Figueroa's coming off 2 losses, so I don't know what Figueroa's going to turn up. But I'm telling you, Omar, all you need to do is apply pressure and throw your hands and you will beat this man. Simple. Simple. And that's me or Bruno.
Yeah, I don't think there's much to add. I think Figueroa, surely the favourite. Surely.
I don't think he probably isn't,
Surely.
Bruno still has the name. He still commands something.
Yeah, but who's Bruno's best win?
Really and truly, it's DeMarco. But okay, Paulie.
Yeah,
DeMarco or Paulie, I'd say.
Which is a shame. Because he's been there with some names.
Maidana, Sean Porter.
And I remember the Figueroa Guerrero fight, and no one's done that to Guerrero. No one's jumped in forefront.
Yeah, you did, but then again, I said that Guerrero come on, practically cooked, man. Wasn't that the one where Guerrero came back, or he came back after that one?
Yeah, he's come back since.
Okay.
He's got a couple of wins since.
Yeah, no, but Guerrero was past it. Right?
Yeah, he was. But he's still fighting.
Guerrero.
Figueroa undefeated at the time.
Yeah.
So he looked like he was, but you guys is the problem. I think it's the more recent.
The Ramos one was surprising because that guy isn't like a big, like well-known name. So I think that's the one I was like, right, what happened there? But yeah, both the Figueroas were quite touted, I think, as you know, 2 brothers that are kind of good and decent opponents. So I don't know what Figueroa's going to turn up either. This is what I'm not even going to check for this fight. What was like obviously I'll check the next day and catch it the next day. But I'm not saying for Adrian Bruno. I've put my time into Bruno and it hasn't delivered. So I've dropped the stocks. It's simple. Sold up the stocks. Done. Wash my hands with that guy, man. But yeah, we have to cover it because he's still with Big David boxing. He still had the antics that people talk about. So. When it comes to marketing his fights, he's a genius.
Yeah, and
that boy's a genius.
Who want to get in on their resume?
Yeah.
There's a few people, because he's a good name to have.
Yeah.
Great name.
And he will sell the fight.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, he's a genius.
Yeah. His post-fight press conference is legendary.
I hope he gets Jim Gray again. Because I'm 7-0 against you.
Yeah, so we'll see with Brenner. As far as aspirations in winning anything or doing anything, long gone. These fights are exhibitions as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he claims he's serious, he claims he wants to win the titles, but boy, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that whatsoever, one bit. Cool. That's enough about Broner. We mentioned earlier this week for boxing, there's just been a lot of. It's been given. A lot of things have happened. Let's sort of get into like the news in terms of what has happened this week and what's been going on. So I think it's only right we start with Tyson Fury, as we already brought him up already.
Yeah, let's go.
So Tyson, he first said he's come out because he retired after the Dana White fight. He claims.
Yeah. But
So
before the fight, he announced that this would be
his last fight. Cool. Yeah. And I think after he beat White, he did the whole "thank you guys for supporting me for my career," all that kind of stuff, right? He did the rounds.
Yeah.
So randomly now, over the past week, he has done a statement, video, whatever, that he's coming out of retirement to run it back for a third time, I believe.
Yeah, trilogy.
With Derek Del Boy Chisora.
I don't know how you can call it a trilogy, really.
He's pieced this guy up twice, by the way. Yeah. He wasn't competitive, any of them really, but cool. So he says he's coming out of retirement for the trilogy with Del Boy. Apparently, this is what the public have been clamoring for, apparently, according to Tyson Fury. And yeah, he's done that. I don't know if you saw Del Boy's response. He basically, stop talking, bro. If you're serious about it, send the contract. Simple. Kept it nice and sweet, whatever. He's then, since then, Fury, gone back on that. He's reneged on that and has then said, "Oh no, thank you for you guys support my career. I'm now retired officially." Blah blah. So he's those trilogy plans with Del Boy have been scuppered. They've been cancelled. He's now gone back into retirement. I've had people, obviously people who know I'm into boxing, sending me, "Oh, you've seen this Fury stuff," and I always say to people, I've said so many times in this pod, outside of the ring, don't listen to Tyson Fury. Take everything he says with a pinch of salt, because when he's not in the ring, and he's on social media stuff, he genuinely chats rubbish.
Yeah.
He genuinely just talks rubbish. He contradicts himself all the time. He will say this and then he'll go and do something else. Don't take anything he says seriously.
Yeah.
So when he came out with the official statement, "I'm coming out of time to fight Del Boy," I just closed the thing. I was like, whatever, man. I'm not reading the rest of this.
The guy's a joker.
he plays around.
When you deep it, this guy is the guy who said, like, nothing he says makes sense. I'm not fighting again. I don't need the money. This is after the White fight.
Yeah. I
don't need the money anymore. I'm done. I've achieved all I can. What I want to do is I want to fight Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
For what? Money. That's the only reason why. And I'm not in it for the leg. He just took, and then after that he's going to fight in an exhibition fight.
The
strongman.
Strongman. Yeah.
Going to Iceland to fight for, but yeah, I'm retired. No amount of money can make me come out of retirement. Nothing will make me come out of retirement. Then it's, oh, you need 100 million to make me come out of retirement. Then I'll fight. Then it's, oh, I'll fight AJ for free. Everything has to be for free.
Yep.
Then it's, no, I'm retired. Then it's, Del Boy, let's do this trilogy. Then it's, oh, I'm officially retired.
Look, take everything he says with a pinch of salt. Don't pay it in your mind. Don't take it seriously, because for the most part, it's going to be rubbish.
This is all, when did he fight? What, May? Was it May?
Yeah.
This is all in the space of a few months. He said all this stuff. I'm retired. I'm not retired.
Yeah.
Anyway, the ring belt. They've stripped him of that. So
it's not, they can't call him the ring champion anymore.
And he has like 2 weeks on WBC. But you know,
to agree. Oh, boy, then come on, then we can go for it. We know what Slugburn's on.
They should have stripped him time ago when he said he was initially tied. So they gave him time.
It's mandatory for that, Joyce.
WBC. No, there's no mandatory.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be a fight for number 1 spot, which will be Deontay Wilder.
Okay, yeah.
And whoever's next in line for that.
Right, yeah.
probably be like Ortiz. Now the WBC, they don't move things.
Ortiz is fighting Ruiz, as we know.
Well, I just don't know what's the WBC's rankings, because they're funny. Let's put it that way. They're funny. Now, Deontay Wilder is probably number 2 or number 1. That's something
I can check. Let me see.
Because I don't think they wouldn't be a mandatory as of now.
That's ring, WBO, IBF. There we go. Fury, Wilder, Joyce, Parker, Sanchez, Ruiz.
Alright, so we'll probably be an eliminator between Wilder and Joyce.
Yeah.
If he vacates, that would be for the for the belt. So, yeah. Wilder's somehow still in the mix. But yeah, we'll see what Fury does, because I still don't believe him when he's retired. I don't.
No, I think again hinges on the result of AJ Usyk II. I do feel like he would, if Usyk wins, he will show. Obviously, he's already said he showed a little interest to do that, and he could potentially call it a day. Actually, no. I feel like the AJ fight has to happen. I can't lie. There's too much money involved. Even if AJ loses, AJ wins. I feel like I'm not going to say guaranteed, because we've been saying this guaranteed fight all this time. But if AJ wins, we should see that, because that's what the British public truly want. Not you versus Del Boy, and that is potentially $100 million fight, right? So that's happening. But even if AJ loses, fans will still be chatting to him, AJ, and I still think that's still a lot of money. AJ with no belts versus Fury is still a lot of money.
Huge fight.
Still potentially 100 million. So that's that. And the whole Usyk talk about how he doesn't want to fight a puffed up middleweight, etc. You keep talking about legacy, but isn't this the legacy? The fight for the undisputed, which has never happened before in the heavyweight division in the 4-belt era. Someone having all 4 belts. That is the legacy there.
But then one second he says he cares about legacy, the next week he says he doesn't.
Yeah, it's annoying. He's a hypocrite. He likes it. He will say one thing and do the other. But you can't deny it in terms of look. If you're truly about legacy, that is the legacy there. That is simple.
At least that really true.
So I don't know. Yeah, this is why I said this is why the AJ fight is so important. AJ Tyson Fury is easy to make. I feel like than Usyk Tyson Fury, but I don't know this whole trying to slang the public Del Boy versus Fury 3. No one asked for that. No one in history has asked for that fight. No one. Especially as the first 2 fights were so comprehensive. Especially the second one. I think the second one where he really that's when he retired in his corner, right? That's when he really messed him up. Finished him. It was so peak. So no one in history wants to see that fight. Of course, Chisora will entertain it, because that's a potential. That's a route to a world title.
What was Chisora's last fight? Pulev. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that was his first win in how many?
In like 3. Yeah.
No one cares.
No one cares, but no, that's a nothing fight. Chisora, Fury. No one wants to see that. We know who we want to see Fury against. But yeah, I think he's one of the ones. He's kind of like Billy Joe in the sense he only get up for certain big fights, and if it's not a big fight, for example, if they order Fury to fight mandatory like Joe Joyce, for example, he will not be up for that. He'll probably vacate, or he will just delay until they strip him, because I think for him at this point now, it's mega fights only. So we know who they are. AJ, mega fight, and Usyk is a mega fight as well. Obviously AJ commands more money, so yeah. But don't listen to this guy. Until it's official.
Yeah. And by official, I mean from someone else's mouth.
Yeah.
Then I'll hear it. I don't. Yeah, like you say, I don't listen to Tyson Fury. I don't. His words hold no weight.
Always say it, man. That guy's funny with his words. Like I said, very hypocritical and always very contradictory. Speaking of bozos, we have to talk about it, man.
Let's do it.
This bozo fight that we said on this pod we don't want to be made, and I think it's trash, it's silly, it's a joke thing. We knew it was happening, and we were just very against it, but it's official now. Conor Benn, Eubank Jr. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. And it's so annoying that I think the public have ate this up, man. The public have ate this up, and they're excited for it, and I'm not excited for it.
That's what I can't get. The level of excitement for a fight that has no real meaning.
Yeah.
No meaning whatsoever. It's all forced. It's like wrestling. This fight is like WWE. It's like a movie script. It's not boxing. The fight we're talking about, people, is Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. Which has officially been announced at a catch weight of 157.
Oh, yeah, 57. Yeah.
Because obviously Chris Eubank Jr. fights at 160.
No. Yeah.
And
Benn
fights at 147.
Yeah.
What's that? 2-3 weight classes apart?
2 weight classes.
2 weight classes apart.
Yeah.
And Benn started at what, light welter?
Yeah.
So 140. He started his career there, and Chris he started super middle. He started middle, went up to super middle, then came back down.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
So these guys weight classes apart. Size difference is huge.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's not a fight for either of their paths. There's like 10 options for each of them, which are more suitable for their careers.
In their weight classes. This is a pure cash grab, and they're trying to slang us this storyline that their father's beef had. It's now their beef. Inherited beef.
Like, these guys didn't really interact until...
They didn't know each other. There's no way to interact. These men don't know each other.
These guys didn't interact until the Leon Williams fight.
Fam.
Where Ben was Ben ringside?
Yeah.
Or just on Twitter? It was just on Twitter.
No, it was Twitter. No. Yeah, Ben. I think Ben kind of like entertained the fact that he was fighting. Like if he gets thrown at him.
And Eubank, being the bozo he is, he wants to fight everyone but the champions.
This guy loves to bang on welterweights, because remember it was Kell Brook.
Wants to fight everyone that's not a champion in his division. So he wants to fight, what's his name, KSI or one of the pools.
Yep.
Oh man, and then I'm seeing boxing heads say, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe we're getting this fight. What? No one asked for this fight. Last year, this wasn't on anyone's wish list at any point ever.
Ever.
At any point ever did anyone say, maybe when you first heard of Benn, I think Eubank turned pro first.
Yeah.
When you first heard, Nigel Benn has a son who's a boxer.
Yeah.
Maybe then you were like, oh, and Eubank.
and then when I found out that they were wide apart in terms of classes and size, shut that down immediately. Yeah. Like, cool.
From Ben's debut, you knew this fight wasn't gonna happen. From Ben's, so he was like, that's never happening. That's not possible. And all of a sudden, people are like, what a fight! Yes, brilliant. I'm like, what are you?
I'll tell you what pissed me off as well. The promo poster you saw, they had the mini rig to the little grab screen image of their dad fighting. Eubank Benn in their fight.
Yeah.
And they had them in the ring there. It's nasty, It's very nasty.
I get it. It's a marketing monster. You can do a lot.
Yeah, it is. It's just nasty.
But as a boxing fan, you're not going to try slang this.
They're slanging it on pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view, and they're saying this is the biggest fight in UK boxing right now. No, it's not
even close. It's not even close.
As boxing fans, I'd rather see Catwall Taylor. That's more meeting the demand of
more appealing. And
way more appealing.
Yeah.
Ben doesn't mean anything. This fight doesn't do anything. Doesn't mean anything. It's just a pure cash grab. It's a pure marketing piece. Make a movie.
Yeah.
Do it in WWE. Like, if you're getting excited over this, you're bugging. Really and truly, you're bugging. But I can see how it'd be interesting. The press conferences, the build-up can be interesting. Get their dads involved.
Yeah, 100%. So the first kickoff presser, the dads weren't involved.
Yeah.
But we know that the subsequent ones will be. You're gonna have Nigel and Chris Senior.
No, that interests me. Seeing them get together always interests me.
I would happily. For that one now, I will skip, because for this kickoff presser, I skipped bare bit. I never finished it. I know you didn't finish it either.
I watched Eddie started talking about this being the biggest
historic and like
this is the biggest fight in boxing. Callie started saying the same.
Shame on Eddie and Campa.
I looked it off. I went straight to the face-off to see the size difference, and I looked it off. I was like, you lot are talking rubbish.
So I skipped the promoters talk.
Yeah.
And I went straight to the two fighters when they were talking.
Yeah, I agree.
And I did about 5 minutes of it, and I said, I can't do this. I can't do this because, like, even when you have pressers and the two fighters who know each other have that natural needle. Yeah. This wasn't there. It was it was so forced. Like there was no back and forth. It was awkward. Like it wasn't really. And obviously they come with a statement. Oh yeah, like you're deluded, all that kind of stuff. Like, but it was super forced from both of them.
There's no beef.
And I skipped that. Yeah, it's fake. And I skipped it, and then I locked it off, man. Even the head-to-head, obviously, you saw the way Ben was angling his neck up. The size difference is so big. The way Ben is looking up, like straining his neck to even look at Chris Eubank Jr. They're both there smiling and stuff. Nah, man. Nasty.
Makes sense. It doesn't. Other than the money and this being like obviously the fighters apparently sold out straight away. Sold out. That's expected.
The public is too easy, man.
The
public is way too easy.
when you were IFL TV in the pocket of Matchroom, man, they're slanging it as like, oh man, I can't believe what we're seeing. We're finally getting this.
Yeah.
What? Like the reason why there's no needle because these two they were expected to fight each other anyway.
Yeah. Like I said, these men don't know each other, bro.
They've had a war of words in the past. It's never been that.
They're on completely different sides, opposite ends of the spectrum, and they're in different parts of their career right now.
Two completely different weight classes.
And this doesn't even have, so in the subsequent presses, if they get the two dads involved, which they will, they have to, that's marketing gold mine right there. Then I would skip to when them two are going back and forth.
Yeah.
But apart from that, this whole fight, everything I hate about it, it's a joke thing. Obviously, we'll cover it and we'll watch it because we're boxing fans. But Chris said something which was very. He showed some discernment in the sense that he said, I can't lose to Conor Benn and expect to then go and fight a middleweight champion, etc. So he's saying that's why he can't lose this fight.
Oh yeah.
Well, he was saying how he's not taking him seriously. And he said something about I'm not taking Conor Benn seriously, etc. Yeah. But then he went on to say that, I can't lose this fight and then go on to have middleweight aspirations and stuff. I said, yeah, you're right, Chris.
Yeah.
You can't. That's why I'm saying, Chris Eubank Jr., if you lose this fight, you have to retire. That's as simple as. There's no two ways about it. If you lose this fight, you have to hang it up. You have to. I'm sorry. I don't see no other way for him. He can't go back to middleweight after losing to a welterweight. He can't.
Yeah,
a welterweight that isn't even nowhere near the best welterweight in the division. If you lose to Conor Benn, you have to hang up. You're done. You are done. So you dare not lose, Chris. You better not lose.
Yeah, we need to start respecting weight classes and stop making up these fantasy fights and exhibition fights because that's what it is at this point. Don't get me wrong. It'll be an interesting fight. It'll be a fight I would want to watch. The actual event itself will be immense.
I think it'll be funny. I think I'll be creasing again because I feel like Chris and Ben both be there chatting to each other and
it'll be like the event they'll put on will be spectacular. Sold out crowds.
Yeah.
Ring walks, the Benns involved, like the market they can produce in the run up to the fight. I'll be feeling it. I know I will. Yeah. But in terms of what as a boxing fan we want to see, this ain't it. Like you're just giving us something that we don't really want. It's like okay, all right, we'll have it.
I'm trying to force the whole. It's historic. It's a landmark fight. It's that. But no, man, it's pointless.
Yeah, not giving us what we want. Not giving us what's relevant, really. But you're just doing. Yeah, like I said, it's like WWE.
Ben has yet to make a name at welterweight. He still hasn't made his name there. So this, like I said, it just disrupts things. And Chris, as we said, is over 30 now. He needs to be getting these title shots at middleweight. At fighting Conor Benn and beating Conor Benn isn't gonna do that for you. That's not gonna deliver you the title shots.
It's just so strange, man. Both on paths to be the face of their respective
divisions.
No, promotion companies.
Oh yeah.
And then you're risking it all by doing
a money grab.
Yeah,
man. Hey man, money's the root of all evil. Cash rules everything, man. Yeah, horrible fight though, and I'm not happy about this, but it is what it is. We saw it coming.
Yeah.
When they talked about it, I said, "Oh crap, you're not gonna make this Flowz. It's money," and we've seen they're slanging it on PPV now. Yeah.
I hear it. I get it. Like I say, it is what it is in business. I'm just shocked that
people are
boxing heads are like,
yeah.
oh wow, yes. Yeah. Anyway.
One more thing I remembered. It was on my mind before we started. Before we wrap up, the other bit I want to talk about. Let's talk about the Buatsi Callum Johnson news.
Yes.
Now this is something that's worth talking about.
Yeah.
Take away.
Here we go. So Frank Warren recently came out and said they have won purse bids for the Callum Johnson and Joshua Buatsi fight. Now this is what we're talking about. This is what boxing fans want to see.
Okay.
This is what gets both in the same weight class, both domestic fighters, both were at Matchroom. Callum Johnson moved over because it was talks of happening at Matchroom.
Yeah.
Didn't. Johnson was moved over to Queensberry.
Yeah.
And when we've talked about who the best light heavy
is domestically,
yeah, tends to be Callum Johnson, Yard, and Buatsi in the mix. At different points, a lot of people have had Callum Johnson at the top.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've called on Buatsi to start taking on the domestic.
So this is now back to back. So obviously Richards now and now Johnson.
And he's answering the demand of the fans that or our demand anyway. Because I don't even know who's fans anymore or not.
Yeah.
But who's a real boxing fan?
I said who's gang gang? Who's not gang?
Man, hella rats, man. Hella snakes in the grass, man. All casual. Anyway, now
we gotta start pulling people's boxing cards, snatching that, give that chain.
Yeah, man. Checking people's ID. Hey. From around here. Anyway, we finally getting what we want to see in terms of Buatsi with his career. We both said he's not ready for Bivol just yet.
That's why I'm happy because Helm was trying to slang the whole next fight is world title, he's ready for world title shot, and we said on this pod straight away he is not ready. Not we don't rate Buatsi because Buatsi is a superb talent, but he is not ready yet. And this is a type of fight,
or he needs to show us that he's ready yet.
And this is where you do it. Flowz, this is the acid test for Joshua Buatsi. Simple as. He's up against a banger, a domestic rival that's very, very good and also fought at a level that Buatsi hasn't fought at yet.
Yeah.
He's had that world title shot and he did bits in that fight up until it got ended. So this is the real acid test for him. And if Buatsi is where we believe what we think, if he's really him, because we think he's him. Yeah. This is where we see that, and this is where he gets to prove it. So this is a wonderful fight. This is a superb fight. Hats off to Matchroom and Team Queensberry for getting this over the line and pulling this off. So it's going to be on BT. And yeah, don't get me wrong, for this is a real dangerous fight for Joshua Buatsi.
Yeah,
this is real, he could lose this.
Yeah.
Because we know what Callum Johnson comes with. And you know what? Callum Johnson has been, I feel like Callum, hats off to him because, well, I say hats off to him. I don't think he's had the choice really because obviously he's been very unlucky. So the last 3 fights with Queensberry, he hasn't been able to get out there.
Yeah.
His issue throughout his entire career is his long layoffs. He himself knows that time is ticking because don't forget, he's the oldest of the bunch.
38 or
he's like 36, 37, 38. He's old. He hasn't got long left, so that's why I think he probably wouldn't have wanted to take this now straight, as in probably maybe have a warm up before he goes to break. He's got no choice. Because of his age, time is ticking, he's on the clock, he's got to jump into this mega fight now, tough fight now. So hats off to him. Because he's risking things as well. Because realistically, a loss for him is so much more damaging at his age.
It's a wrap.
You say it's a wrap? Yeah.
Well, not a wrap in that sense,
but he falls out like domestic. Yeah, that.
Yeah, the beauty of that division is there's so many opponents, there's so many rivals domestically that even if you do lose, you can still come back.
Richards bounced back. Yard bounced back, even though he didn't lose domestically. He bounced back from the L. Hopefully Lyndon Arthur, I don't know what Arthur's doing, but hopefully he comes back into the mix. He's fed up, but yeah.
He's left Queensberry.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Is it Pro Bellum or Westerman or something?
I think it was Pro Bellum, but I need to double check.
Yeah, he's got a new promoter, so I expect a bounce back from him.
We need to see him soon, to be honest. It's been a while since the Yard rematch.
Yeah, so I won't say that he needs to retire to lose to a Buatsi once again. Buatsi's meant to be the cream of the
golden boy, yeah.
So he can always bounce back, but
it's just his age.
It's just his age.
That's it. Yeah, it's his age. At 38, it's boy.
How many camps do you want to still do at 38?
Trust. But nah, quality fight. That's what's worth talking about. Not this Eubank Benn rubbish. This is a real deal fight. I hope it does go down fully, and yeah, I can't wait for that to happen. When it does happen, that's gonna be a barnstormer, because we know what Callum Johnson is, full speed ahead.
Yeah.
And we know that Joshua Buatsi likes to get spiteful. So that's not scene 12. I don't think that's scene 12. I don't think that's scene 12. I'll be so real.
Well, yeah, if Callum Johnson's taking it.
Because don't forget, because Callum Johnson's so open as well, he's open to being put down as well. And Joshua, he can get caught, but he can also bang out. So that's not scene 12. So that's going to be a quality fight. I can't wait for that one. But yeah, that's a nice one to end on. Yeah, what a week, man. It's been a very busy week. It's only going to get busier, as we know. This AJ fight, man, I'm really nervous. But we'll be back next week to discuss whether it's a win or a loss for AJ. But let's call it a day, man. This has been episode 103 of the SZN Podcast. Once again, I've been your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
As always, like, subscribe, check us out on all the platforms. We're there. Peace.
You taking a strap? I'm strapped up.
What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.